order to get the visa, you need to get married. I'm starting to have doubts. Am I doing this because we have to, or because we want to? It's only been 3 months.
What's going on, people? We are back again with some more madness. And in this one here, we talk about Christian and Rebekah. Now, that line itself by Christian just hit hard. Are we getting married because we need to, because we have to, or because we want to? It's only been 3 months. I mean, to be honest with you, this is the thing that I don't like about today's world. The fact that, one, we need a passport just to travel anyway. But two, most importantly, that we are only allowed a certain amount of time in certain countries based on which country that we are from. It is ridiculous. We live in a world where we've got social media, we've got internet. People can meet abroad all the time. Whether that's actually by traveling or doing on net, and people fall in love every single day with someone that they met from a different place. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it is a damn shame when our love has to be tested by having to get married quickly. Now, of course, there are people who will still do the long distance relationship for as long as they need to before making that jump. And then there's those people who just can't help themselves and they're like, no, we're going to do it ASAP. And this is why we have shows like 90 Day Fiancé, right? But at the end of the day, the way I look at it is this. If you are in a position where you feel like you're getting married just so you can stay in the same location as your partner, that tells me that you shouldn't be getting married anytime soon, and you should just try and do it the harder way. And that is just by seeing each other every couple of months or however long it takes based on based on the distance, financials, and the whole shebang. But hey, we continue.
I can't believe that he's not even picking up any of my calls now. Who is he with? What is he doing?
So Christian decides that he wants a little bit of time out. He wants himself time. So he goes down to the bar, to the pub, has a couple of pints of lager, enjoying himself, you know. And meanwhile, you got Rebekah stressing. Who is he with? Why does he have to be with anyone? Isn't it interesting how a man can literally go for a walk, or a man can go for a drink? A man can just go somewhere just for his own self-care, just for his own peace, his own state of mind. But when this happens, some women in this world would then assume that maybe he's out here with somebody else. Why can't a man just go and have peace alone? Why is that so hard to fathom? Now, of course, yes, we know that Christian has somewhat of a history of always enjoying himself with other ladies, but he's in the UK now, and he's made it abundantly clear that he wants to marry you, wants to be with you, and that his life before you has now gone. But at the end of the day, why would you want to marry someone that you are paranoid that he's with somebody else, that he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing? And this is the thing that I don't understand about some people in this world, man or woman. If you have insecurities, why do you bother wasting someone's time? People don't understand how draining it is to be around someone, to be with someone that has insecurities. I mean, the question is Rebekah ever going to learn? Is she ever going to move away from this? And this goes back to the question that was said before, or the statement that was said before. Are we marrying because we want to, or because we have to? Oh boy. That hits hard every single freaking time. But at the end of the day, all I know is this. If Rebekah ever wants to be happy in her relationships or her relationship with Christian, the question is, are you ever going to get past your insecurities that he's playing around with somebody else? Like, come on now.
Don't darling me.
I was actually wondering what took so long that today you haven't bitched. What's about time? The last month you have been a nightmare.
You know, I understand that getting married comes with a lot of responsibility, which equals into a lot of pressure. But to be honest with you, I will never understand why people still go ahead with a wedding if the build up to the wedding is tough. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a relationship is based on teamwork. A relationship is based on working together, and it is based on, even when things are tough, you know, pushing through them. And I understand that. But here's the thing though, if I'm about to marry someone for the rest of my life, you know, we are preparing for the best day of our life, or the day that we commit to each other completely or whatever, right? Do I want to go through that process being stressed? Do I want to go through that process with a certain level of pressure? No, absolutely not. I want that to be as smooth sailing as my love for my woman. I want to be as smooth sailing as our relationship has been. I mean, look at it this way. If I've got to a point where I wanted to propose, I wanted to propose for a reason. And the reason I wanted to propose is purely because I feel like our relationship has a very good balance where we're able to lever each other out when necessary, when needed, when it matters. So therefore, I'm expecting us to have a wedding that's going to be, reasonably, balanced. Well, no, I'm going to expect the process to be just as good. Because really and truly, I just don't know. But listen, I've never been married before. I guess I won't know until that day comes, you know what I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, as I watch these scenes here, and he's talking about, it's about time that you finally BICTH because that's what you've been doing. I'm thinking, rah, if this is what's been happening, then why are you still here? Hell, man, I know I wouldn't still be here. maybe that therefore either makes me a weak man or makes me a man with a brain cell. I don't know. But we continue.
I think this is quite rushed, though. This is rushed. It's a big change. I'm even afraid a little bit. Am I going to be truly happy being married?
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he's entitled to have his own feelings. He's entitled to, most importantly, voice what is going on. And it's crazy because in this conversation here, he's talking about, I'm wondering if we've been rushing it. I'm having to have these conversations so I can make sure that I know that the choice we're making is the right choice. And to be honest with you, rather than give reassurance, she's like, whoa, okay, whatever, innit? And to be honest with you, it's crazy because, you see, I genuinely believe that if the shoe was on the other foot and she had said these things, he would have reassured her. I mean, listen, come at me for this sort of comment, but I genuinely do feel like men are better at reassuring women than women are reassuring men for the most part. I mean, that's up for debate if you want to debate about it, you know what I mean? But from my experiences, I'd say as a man, reassurance is something that I'm definitely good at doing. But receiving reassurance from women is also something that I can say that I've had a great experience receiving, because at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, when a man has a concern and he voices it, clearly it's his problem. But when a woman voices it, it's clearly a matter of where he must reassure to make sure everything's okay. But the saddest thing about it is that why can't we receive reassurance on both ends? And that's the issue that I find with this scene right here, that he wasn't given any reassurances. Now, I'm not saying that there was anything that she could have necessarily said, but I liked her to have been like, okay, listen, I understand that it's only been 3 months. I understand that you've left your life in Argentina, but we wouldn't be here if we didn't feel like this is right. Yes, I know that maybe I've been a bit too much lately, and I do apologize for that. But I do love you, and I do feel like our future could go somewhere. Because you gotta understand, this is something that a man would probably say back to give her the reassurance. Because when a man loves a woman, now I ain't saying that when a woman loves a man, it ain't but I guess we just love differently, and we also, we show it differently. Do you know what I mean? And all I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, it would have been nice to see her be a bit more reassuring rather than to be a bit more But like I said before, it's not all women in the world. I'm just saying from my experiences, that's what I find that's quite common, and it is quite sad. But either way though, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Yeah, peace.